Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battle City number 5. Our opening contest is a match in the quarterfinals of the Ash Blossom Championship Tournament. Introducing first, the former CIW Women's Champion and former member of the faction DC Duncaring, Wonder Woman. Hello everyone once again, and welcome to another exciting Battle City. I am the Sentinel as we bring to you more tournament action. We have come packed with it here tonight as we have got 3 matches lined up for you, all of which matches in our respective tournaments ongoing in Battle City. We have got the Ash Blossom tournament that this woman who is looking to regain her position in championship glory is looking to advance in, as well as her adversary. We've got some tag team Mirror Force Championship Hardcore Triple Threat Tornado Tag first round, and of course the first of our 2 Triple Threat Millennium Championship semifinal matchups in our main event. But in this matchup, here comes the Wii Fit Trainer, who made her debut in March of last year and has been in the middle of the road, been slowly but steadily etching out a name for herself. And what a win it would be if she could get a victory over the former women's champion. But let's take a look now at the bracket for the Ash Blossom Championship Tournament. Ash Blossom Championship, Round 1. Here we go. As Wonder Woman is the more experienced wrestler of the 2, and we'll see what Wonder Woman is able to do in the face of the Wii Fit Trainer. I believe these 2 have met on one occasion before, and Wonder Woman coming out the victor. Although Wii Fit Trainer did give Wonder Woman a bit of a run for her money in that matchup, but Wonder Woman able to secure the victory. Will she be able to do it again here tonight? As referee Jonah Hill assigned to this contest, thank you to Jonah for being here all night. As of course, next week we have our go-home episode of Saturday Night Hype, and there will be one more episode of Battle City before we get into our Massacre festivities with Drummer's Call on the 16th, and then the major 3-day event on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of May, and now just wrenching the knee into the back of the Wii Fit Trainer. As Wonder Woman, that big Amazonian leg drop, she beat Yuna to win that belt. Held it for a good long time before losing it to Padme Amidala. Oh, and now just begging on and luring Wii Fit Trainer in for that big right hand. Wii Fit Trainer, the larger of the 2, Wonder Woman, the larger of the 2. Wii Fit Trainer might have a little bit more speed to her. Has that big broken table, lung blower. Oh, what is she gonna do here? And an arm drag. We saw an arm drag give Lana Kane the victory in an earlier Ash Blossom matchup, throwing Wonder Woman halfway across the ring, but she recovered pretty well there. As we have got a lot heading forward, and oh god, and now over the top rope goes the Wii Fit Trainer. And Wonder Woman, she has been a little more insecure of late as far as her abilities are concerned. Didn't think that she was worthy of this tournament, meaning that she thought she was above this. But that has been, oh wait a second, went for a clothesline and dodged by the Wii Fit Trainer, who subsequently dodges the errant strikes that Wonder Woman was trying to get involved, and you can tell that Wonder Woman trying to charge in a little bit more than she was. And what a clothesline coming off the far side of the ropes. Cover from Wonder Woman, 1 to advance, and only 1. Here in this Ash Blossom Championship quarterfinal, there will be 2 triple threat semifinal matchups, and this tournament will conclude after Massacre, as we are going to get the finals of the Millennium Championship Tournament. Now, folks, for those of you who are new to the structure here, the Ash Blossom Championship, if you win that belt as a result of winning the tournament, you can cash that belt in for a CIW Women's Championship match at the time of the winner's choosing. The same applies for the Mirror Force Championships for the tag division and the Millennium Championship for the CIW Heavyweight Championship. So the winner of those tournaments have a lot to use, and they can use that championship cash-in at any time. Unless they wait too long and then another tournament comes and goes for that belt, and then the winner of that tournament will then what's Wonder Woman and oh God, tossing Wii Fit Trainer out like yesterday's garbage, throwing her like a bag of mulch into a mulch bed. As Wii Fit Trainer has got to be hurting here, as Wonder Woman, the veteran, clearly in control of this matchup. Now it's just slamming the head onto the barricade of the Wii Fit Trainer. Now coming off the ropes again, and a neck breaker from Wonder Woman. And another cover could advance here off that. 1, 2, 3, only 2 as the Wii Fit Trainer survives. But Wonder Woman clearly upset, thought she was gonna have this matchup handled by now as the Wii Fit Trainer. And that's the thing I've come to find the most about this, is that the Wonder Woman doesn't really respect Wii Fit Trainer, and doesn't respect, because she hasn't really won many feuds. She's gotten close to winning a few matchups against some big time women, but have not been able to really secure herself yet and find her identity. And Wonder Woman, who is very much happy and proud of who she is and what her accomplishments are, is currently reeling from that clothesline from the Wii Fit Trainer, who's clearly coming into this matchup as the underdog. But her perseverance, she's already kicked out twice, a couple of near falls, as Wonder Woman, who got into it with Jonah Hill. And now what is she going to do here? And oh, what a pullover pile driver right onto the skull of the Wii Fit Trainer. Folks, we got 2 big matchups coming up right after this. Oh, and now a half Boston Crab. We have seen matchups ended with half Boston Crabs in the past. And now going for an armbar, a big armbar there. Fujiwara in nature. And too close to the ropes. And I think that it might have been the foot of the Wii Fit Trainer was on the ropes that forced Jonah Hill to cause for the break. Here in this quarterfinal matchup between Wonder Woman and the Wii Fit Trainer. And, let alone the tournament implications, to have the Wii Fit Trainer beat Wonder Woman, and now that bow and arrow as the hands grab the ropes from Wonder Woman. But she is staying in this as much as she can, is the Wii Fit Trainer. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. What a power slam. 1, 2, 3, only 2 as Wii Fit Trainer kicks out again. And you can tell that Wonder Woman's starting to get a little frustrated here, and she cannot lose her cool as the Wii Fit Trainer, she does yoga, man. That means she has kept herself calm and collected, and tempers can easily flare. Wait a minute, Wii Fit Trainer up to the top rope, and an elbow drop missed as Wonder Woman saw it coming. And that could have been the one mistake that Wii Fit Trainer could not afford to make, and a belly to belly, as that could have ended it right there. And Wonder Woman picking back up the Wii Fit Trainer, not done with her yet. Over the top suplex in the middle of the ring. That Amazonian leg drop can be unloaded at any moment, but so can the broken table, the big lung blower. But right now, the Wii Fit Trainer is starting to look a little bit worse for wear after all of the suplexes that Wonder Woman has put her through, and a backbreaker. God, just in rapid succession, Wonder Woman starting to get very frustrated here, but I don't think this is the move. She's getting a little bit full of herself. May not be the time to do so. And now, wait a second. What is Wii Fit Trainer? How does she have the strength for this stalled suplex? That is impressive core strength by the Wii Fit Trainer, as Wonder Woman just getting an elbow to the back of the head and a couple of strikes from the Wii Fit Trainer as this matchup for the Ash Blossom Championship Quarterfinals continues. Now a big monkey flip, and down goes Wonder Woman. Feel like this matchup, all it's going to take is one finish from either of these ladies, and that could be the end of the night. But oh, wait a second. Schoolboy roll up. 1, 2, and they're only 2 again. And Wonder Woman tried to steal it and nearly succeeded right there but the Wii Fit trainer now a pullover pile driver of her own. Here in the opening of Battle City number 5, we thank you all for inviting us into your home as we continue the march on towards Massacre. You know, oh, what a basement drop kick by the Wii Fit trainer. As Key is just doing everything she can to stay involved in this match, and that was maybe smart, rolling Wonder Woman to the top, elbow drop! After throwing Wonder Woman on the outside, wait, no, not another one, and another elbow drop, and that one was countered by Wonder Woman. Went to the well one too many times after that top rope elbow drop, and now both of these ladies are starting to feel the effects of the longevity of this match as we are getting into the throgs, and now Wonder Woman egging Wii Fit trainer on to get back into the ring, and she might regret it. There's the broken table. Summoned Wii Fit trainer back into the ring, and Wii Fit trainer responded with a broken table. The cover here for the upset. 1, 2 to advance, 3, she did it. What a win by the Wii Fit trainer, maybe the most significant win of Wii Fit trainer's career. And now is after being tossed to the outside, that big clothesline, but the broken table after Wonder Woman called her back into the ring, and that solidified the deal as the Wii Fit trainer moves on. What a win for that girl right there, the upset. And will she be able to move on to championship aspirations? Well, she has just found her way there. What a win. And let's take a look at the bracket real quickly before we get in to our next matchup. Hey, wait a minute. I just saw it in the picture-in-picture Amazonian leg drop. Now, come on, man, that's not right. What a sore loser. What a sore loser Wonder Woman is. Wii Fit trainer advances, but Wonder Woman a sore. Let's just move on to the next match. Our next matchup is a quarterfinal of the Mirror Force Championship Tournament. And it is a hardcore triple threat tornado tag team matchup. Introducing first, known as the Men from the Moon, Eclipse and Interview Guy. Now, Interview Guy has got his hands full over the next couple of days as he is going to be on hand and working the Riot Central 3 show, which is airing on Monday and Tuesday night over on TAW Gaming, as that is a giant culmination, TAW's biggest pay-per-view, and I'm only advertising it here because I am also on the board of directors for TAW Gaming, and JOSHAGEDDON is also our ambassador for external affairs. And Interview Guy, we found out, was the brother of Eclipse, the Man from the Moon, as these two have been in the middle of a confrontation with Jack Black and Captain Planet of late. But what a win it would be for them to establish themselves as a tag team to be feared. Is this Lunar Brotherhood is coming into the mix, but here comes Eminem, one half of the tag team of Eminem and Dave Chappelle, who I would say have been a part of CIW from the beginning, but that would not really be true, because this is the real Slim Shady. This is Eminem, who made his debut a couple of years ago, attacking the fake Dave Chappelle, back when Dave Chappelle got rid of the fake Slim Shady, and the real Slim Shady and the real Dave Chappelle suddenly came into the equation and have been kind of in the middle of the road. They had a feud with Noob Smoke that ended kind of poorly for them, but now they are looking to change the course and change their fate and not befall the fate of the fake Slim Shady and fake Dave Chappelle Salt and Pepper, which they refuse to be named after, by the way. They hate that name. They, you know, which is kind of ironic for Dave Chappelle to be upset about a given name and want a different name change. But, you know, well, actually, maybe that's more in line than we think. But in any case, Eminem and Dave Chappelle, both of these two looking for and searching desperately for some momentum in the CIW tag division, and there's no better place to get it than in Maximilian Pegasus's Battle City here in this tournament, as we have seen some insane action take place in the Mirror Force Championship Tournament. All of these hardcore, now there's no rules, it's false count anywhere, it's pinfall or submission only. And then there's this team, which is making their re-debut in Colonial Impact Wrestling, the team of Mr. Incredible and Frozone, IncrediZone. Now, back when Mr. Incredible and Frozone were a tag team back in the end of 2022 into 2023, they actually came on board as a result of the TAW versus CIW feud that took place at the end of basically the entirety of 2022 into the beginning of 2023. And then Mr. Incredible got himself fired shortly thereafter. We'll talk about more of that in the match, but the first time back as a team right here tonight, could they make a big impression? Let's go now to the bracket. Mirror Force Championships, Round 1. Here we go. And folks, it is really hard to keep track of these matchups, and a double DDT by the men from the moon, as Mr. Incredible actually was ironically enough, I guess I'll share this story now. In the first round of the King of the Spring tournament back in 2023, Mr. Incredible refused to do the job for the Joker during that championship tournament, and I don't blame him, but he had to go, and unfortunately Frozone left with him, and we mended fences and re-signed him, of course. Little did we know how right Mr. Incredible ultimately ended up being, but there is some validity to IncrediZone as a tag team. They are former CIW tag team champions in their own right. And so they might be the team that might be the odds-on favorite for the betting community going on. And what a delayed power slam by Mr. Incredible as a big, what is that, a sleeper hold? Just a sleeper hold, making the legs of Dave Chappelle waft in the air. As so far it has been no mayhem yet. No weapons involved. It has been mostly matchup. As now a bow and arrow by interview guy. Frozone had some difficulty lifting up Eclipse, as Frozone has the whip, flap, slap, and dap, that big gory bomb that he likes to use. And then, of course, the incredible choke slam from Mr. Incredible. Eminem wielding a chair on the outside, just biding his time. Don't blame him for that. He's got that big, the Marshall Mathers LP, which I forgot what he called, maybe the Rap God. That sounds kind of accurate. Dave Chappelle with the Chappelle lock that he did choose to keep from his doppelganger adversary. And now the chair shots and the weapons are being flailed around the ring. It's going to be hard to keep track of all of them or even get really super loud about them. Although I think Mr. Incredible might have hit Frozone by accident with that barbed wire bat on the backside. But right now, Eminem getting a giant sledgehammer and a sledgehammer to the spine of Dave Chappelle. As now, wait a second, Mr. Incredible choke slam right in the middle of everybody. As all it takes is a 3 count, but it is hard to keep your wits about you in this matchup. But, you know, what's interesting about these triple threat hardcore tornado tags is a lot of people tend to pair off in these matches. What a back suplex from Eclipse on a Mr. Incredible, who I'd have to say are probably the two men who are the most of equal size and the two largest men in the matchup. As interview guy might have been giving an incorrect, oh, wait a second, whip flip, slap, and dap from Frozone onto Eminem. That could be the matchup here, and couldn't even get a kick, or couldn't even get it, because interview guy was right there to break up the count. Referee Jonah Hill somehow staying away from all of this action. But folks, if he does get hurt, there's only one way to make sure his medical bills are paid, and that is to like, that is to share, that is to subscribe, that is to switch that bell button to all, to hashtag save a referee today. And now a sledgehammer to the spine of Eminem, as Incredible and Eminem are the only two in the ring, and another incredible choke slam right in this, well, not in the center of the ring, but he's in the ring. As Eclipse has got Frozone on the outside, as that could be it. Interview guy and Chappelle nowhere to be found, not in a place of relevancy. 1, 2, 3, and Chappelle not able to get there in time as IncrediZone finds a way to move on after Eminem gets a whip flap, slap, and dap, as well as the incredible choke slam. And that ends the match, as it was a divide and conquer strategy from IncrediZone here tonight. But a little luck on their side, because Dave Chappelle was not able to get there in time. But moving on, in the Mirror Force Championship Tournament, I believe we have now finished our quarterfinal matchups. Let's take a look at the bracket before we move on to our main event of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our main event. And it is the triple threat semi-final matchup, the first of 2, to determine who will face each other in the best of 3 finals at Massacre in the main event of Massacre Saturday, Day 2, on May 23rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And here comes man number 1, Mitsurugi, who is the first man in the tournament to advance, having beaten the Grim Reaper, Bully McGuire, and Principal Skinner in order to get to this point, as he did his known finisher, the Pretentious Fool, onto Principal Skinner, I believe it was, and got the pin. As he is now looking, and he is fairly new to CIW, showing up in the Battalion Brawl to start. And what a win it would be for him to move on into the Millennium Championship Finals. Here comes Captain Planet, as Captain Planet beat Prince of Persia, Satan, and Chris Masters after it was revealed that the Joker had no-showed in that first round matchup. Decided he just wasn't going to be bothered to show up to CIW, although losing the Batman typically tends to force the Joker into the shadows for a little bit, so who knows what's going on with the Joker. I hear he's been having some issues on TAW. You might just see him at Riot Central 3, but in any case, he wasn't here, which is what matters. So Chris Masters, who is a friend of Maximilian Pegasus, who is now, by the way, signed a full-time contract with CIW, so you will see more Chris Masters, the masterpiece, in the future. But he was not able to secure the win because this man stayed on top of it and was as opportunistic as you can get. And what a win it would be for Captain Planet if he found a way to make it in to the Millennium Championship Finals. Has never won gold in CIW, but has had more success on the big stage than arguably anybody can attest to, as far as his repatriating DVD set, his therapy sessions, his brand, his DVD sets of tapes, to his rehabilitation program is really bar none. And so many CIW superstars can claim rehabilitation as a result of Captain Planet and what he's been able to do. Here comes Kratos, the son of the South, the man who was a former 2-time CIW champion, and a man who had a very convincing victory over Shane McMahon, KRS-One, and Strong Bad to get to this point, as Kratos, to this day, still looks naked without championship gold, and that might be something he strives to rectify after his confidence is slowly rebuilding after losing 3 major matchups to King Leonidas, as King Leonidas will be in the second half of this championship semifinals, the Millennium Championship semifinals, to air on May 9th, which will be Dante, Rasad, and King Leonidas in that triple threat matchup, as this man looking to go the distance, wants championship gold, needs championship gold, and this could be the time for him to capitalize and truly earn it once again, as the debut of Kratos began in the very first King of the Spring tournament in 2021, and he has been a stalwart of Colonial Impact Wrestling ever since. He has dominated where it's mattered. He has fought gods and conquered them. It's no doubt that he truly is the god of war, a god killer in his own right. He has had many, many feuds against the very best. He is one of the most respected and feared men in Colonial Impact Wrestling, and no doubt is going to make a major mark, but he has got his work cut out for him against two very, very good wrestlers in Mitsurugi and Captain Planet. This is going to be a hell of a main event, ladies and gentlemen, but let's take you now to the bracket to show you what's coming up. Millennium Championship Tournament Semifinals. It's all three of these men chomping at the bit to get after each other to punch their ticket in the main event of Massacre Day 2 for the Millennium Championship Tournament Finals. And the winner of that matchup in that best of three at Massacre will get a CIW Heavyweight Championship match at the time of their choosing, whenever they want to cash it in, and I'm immediately going for a cover and not even a 1 count. As Mitsurugi obviously knows, he has to understand just what he's dealing with when it comes to Kratos, but Mitsurugi is a hell of a samurai, man. He is one of the most respected members of Soul Calibur 2, in my opinion, as he has lasted the longest. He's been in, I think, every game. I could be wrong about him being in Soul Calibur 1, but he has been one of the staples of that franchise. And Captain Planet, very smartly, just watching this go on, saving some strength, as Captain Planet, one of the smartest, most intellectually, I don't want to say captivating, but he's one of the smartest wrestlers in CIW, there's no doubt about it, as he has known when to strike and where to strike a lot of the time. I will never forget his matchup that he had against Captain Pollution here on, I believe it was WrestleBration 10 that he had. It was a last man standing match. God, that match was intense, but it was outsmarting Captain Pollution that ultimately sealed the deal for him. And now Captain Planet taking some exploratory jabs against Kratos as Mitsurugi is on the outside, taking some time of his own, letting both of those members fight each other. And if I were Mitsurugi and Captain Planet, I would probably try to double team at least a little bit. I would try to double team Kratos here, as he is definitely the larger threat, as it takes a whole lot to take down the Son of the South. But a nice counter there and a nice sweep of the leg, and now a triangle choke from Mitsurugi. And breaking it up is Captain Planet. These triple threat matches arguably harder than Fatal 4-Ways. In Fatal 4-Ways, you kind of pair off, and when you pair off, you end up not focusing as much. Oh, wait a second, and a big arm drag as down goes Captain Planet. And now Kratos taking a second. Might have been the wrong time, though. Cover 1 to the finals, then only 2, as Kratos, I think, both got there in time and Captain Planet kicked out simultaneously. And now another guillotine. Another nasty guillotine. As Mitsurugi, he knows he's going to have to incapacitate both individuals if they want to secure a victory. As we've seen triple threats go an exorbitantly long amount of time. Wait a second, moonsault! And I think that the moonsault was missed ever so slightly because Captain Planet was busy with a Russian leg sweep. And boy, did he just pay for it. And now another triangle choke. Mitsurugi trying to utilize his submission game and having some success with it. As pinfalls occur or submissions, both will be accepted to punch their ticket into the Millennium Championship Finals. And a hip toss. So we've got one more episode of Saturday Night Hype next week, and then one more episode of Battle City after that. And then then Massacre Drummer's Call on the 16th, and then, oh, what a count, a double team there. A double leg drop by Mitsurugi and Kratos. An unlikely alliance, albeit temporary. As it's understandably temporary, and now some testicular torture onto Mitsurugi by Kratos. And you know, one thing we don't mention about Kratos a lot, because his sheer power and ability is always just takes precedent. But Kratos is not afraid to utilize all of the tactics available to him. We've seen him do, you know, just small packages. We've seen him do schoolboy roll-ups out of desperation. We saw another big arm drag there from Mitsurugi. And right there we just saw with the testicular. Oh God, what a backbreaker. And that was a huge backbreaker. And now a sleeper hold and look at the power, the arm strength of Kratos to lift Mitsurugi up head first. Mitsurugi now in Captain Planet. Kratos taking a second, as this is going to be a long game, or it could be a long game. And conserving energy is the best. What's Mitsurugi doing? Get off of the top there. And oh, what a hurricanrana! Oh my God, what a hurricanrana! As Mitsurugi jumped off the top rope over the stairs to land that head scissors. What an impressive move there from Mitsurugi. And now what is this? A butterfly backbreaker. As Mitsurugi pulling out all of his arsenal. And a crossbody to Captain Planet. Mitsurugi is everywhere right now. And he is going to have to be. I think he understands the pressure of this matchup and what it means. You know, what it would mean for Mitsurugi, being the youngest tenured here, to immediately inject yourself as a top-level contender and become the Millennium Champion. That would be monstrous for Mitsurugi. That is a huge, now a rope break, as Mitsurugi looked like he was tempted to hold on and break Jonah Hill's count, or at least exploit Jonah Hill's count. But now Kratos with some big rights and a huge toe kick. And that is how quickly Kratos can just retake advantage, and a bomb of a body slam from Kratos, as now Captain Planet not looking so good as he's taking a lot of punishment, and a pullover pile driver is not going to help his chances, as Mitsurugi just waiting, biding his time. What a DDT! Landing Kratos. Oh my God! Kratos got right. Oh my God! Kratos got right back up. Like instantly right back up from that big DDT and lands it with a lion's head jackhammer, but Captain Planet right there to break it up. That was incredible. Kratos landed square on his skull and literally stood right back up to deliver that lion's head jackhammer. And that's just weathered the storm of what Mitsurugi has brought to the table here. And Mitsurugi is hurting, understandably so. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Could this be the pretentious fool? Mitsurugi got the pretentious fool onto Kratos. And Captain Planet. This is what I'm talking about. Ever the opportunist. Captain Planet, the smartest man in CIW, smartly tried to steal that pin from Mitsurugi. And now Sunset Flip, counter into a big drop kick with those big wooden block shoes that Mitsurugi's wearing, as that might have knocked Captain Planet out. Now an arm bar, a big arm bar, but Mitsurugi too close to the ropes, his feet underneath them. And a headlock takeover from Kratos. But this is still anybody's matchup. Kratos, I think, is the freshest, but that doesn't mean anything in a triple threat matchup, ladies and gentlemen, because it's all about snatching that 3 count while the other man is out of the equation. And now a big guillotine again from Mitsurugi, going back to the submission well that he was doing at the beginning of the matchup. Not a bad strategy from the Master Swordsman. And now another Sunset Flip drop kick, as Captain Planet in the center of the ring. Prone, broken, probably beatable at this moment. But Mitsurugi, he is still fighting, as Kratos encountered Captain Planet countered Kratos there, and another big DDT, landing him straight on his skull. How is Kratos just getting right up after those DDTs? I don't get it. His skull is thick. There's no doubt about that, but come on. Oh, wait a second. What's he gonna do here? Moonsault to nobody, and maybe that was just, I'm not sure, a demonstration of skill that he was doing. He tried to play that off. Maybe that was an intimidation tactic, an unorthodox one, but an intimidation tactic by Mitsurugi, and that might not have worked, as Kratos immediately seizes the opportunity into another big lion's head jackhammer, and too close to the ropes this time, saving Mitsurugi. But it might not be enough after that. There's no way he's got energy to kick out. 1, 2, 3, as Kratos pins Mitsurugi after a second lion's head jackhammer. And we didn't even talk about the brainbuster. That was impressive. and the Hurricanrana Mitsurugi put in all of the effort he possibly could, but at the end of the day, nobody kicks out of the Lion's Head Jackhammer except for King Leonidas as Kratos punches his ticket to the Millennium Championship Finals as championship glory is just a little bit closer in reach for the Son of the South. And boy, does it feel good for Kratos. Thank you all for coming to Battle City, and we will see you next week for Saturday Night Hype.